So here's how to set up and calibrate the MS control. In this example, I've got a MIDI to CV module mounted here. You can also use a sequencer as long as we can produce predictable notes. And then I've got the MS control mounted below. I've also got one of the outputs from my synth going into my audio interface so I can hear it, and then the other one is going to this pair of headphones. I've got a free tuner app loaded up. We can do this in front of a pair of speakers, but just to keep it on the screen, I've got it wedged between some headphones. Also, I've got a MIDI controller plugged into the module at the top, and you can see when we play a note, we get activity. It's a good idea to let this warm up for about 15 minutes or so, just so that the tuning is accurate. But we also need to tune this synth first. So let's play a note, and we can tune it with the master tune here. And as you can see, that tuning needle is staying nicely in the middle. The next thing I'm going to do is just to play the lowest note on this keyboard and then leave it there, because this will still transpose our input. So to set up the MS control, I'm going to take a gate signal, which is a V trig, run that into the V trig in on the MS control, and then the corresponding S trig out goes in to the trig in here on the MS-20. Now when we play a note here, we're going to get the same note regardless of which we play, because we've not set up pitches yet. So next I'm going to take one of the pitch outputs from the MIDI module, run that into the CV in at the top of the MS control, and then the next socket down is the output. Then I'm going to run that into the total level, which is here, and the corresponding knob for that is there. We can also run it into the frequency input for the oscillators, and the corresponding knob for that is here. But for this example, I'm just going to use this knob, and then I'm going to turn this all the way up. And that will send pitch. But as you can probably tell, it's not tracking correctly. So we need to play another C, and then we'll tune this knob here until it matches. Then it's a good idea just to play a few more notes and just tweak it just to make sure it's correct. And there we go, we've set up our MS control module.